Hello students of class 12, welcome to the online tutorial classes for Vidya Bhavan High Secondary School. This video is for class 12 nutrition and the chapter that I will continue today is the infancy. This video is part 8. In the previous video I discussed about the weaning, and in this video I will discuss that the circumstances under which weaning should be started early. Usually the weaning is started in between of the 5 to 6 months of the age, but there are some circumstances for which the weaning can also start early than that. The circumstances for early weaning. Okay. So what are they? So babies have growth faltering. If the baby is faltering in our growth and decrease the low maternal lactation, as well as low birth weight babies who needs extra calorie to catch up that growth. To obtain the perfect growth is called catch up growth. Catch up. Okay. So in these reasons, these are the circumstances for that the early weaning will be incorporated. The foods that we use in the weaning, like we can say the easily available foods are important. Method of preparation should be simple and the time taken to prepare should be very less and the cost effective, and it should not take many of those like very calorious and many things mixed with it. It should be a simple food and socioeconomic status that maintain the socioeconomic status of that family. Traditionally and culturally acceptable and a locally available weaning food. Regular family food if is suggested rather than the cooking special foods. Then in that way the child can also be going up with these normal foods that is regularly taken by the other family members of her. Soft and easy eating foods should be preferable. Nutritive value of the food should be as per the requirement of the growing infant. The food should be physiologically suitable, easily digestible and nourishing. The taste should be good and it should be palatable. And finally, it should be clean and safe and it should be provided by a sterilized bottle or sterilized anything like bowl, etc. So there are some types of this complementary food. Okay, so next is the types of complementary food. Mainly these types are of three. It is also called the 3A. Okay, 3A. The first is they should be appropriate, starting from A, or it is called the first line weaning food. Okay, the second one is acceptable, that is second line weaning food. And the third is avoidable, third line weaning food. So the examples of these three are different. So first I'm discussing about the first type, that is appropriate weaning food or first line weaning food. What are they like? These include fresh, homemade, locally available, culturally acceptable, hygienically prepared and energy dense and cost effective foods. Like the combination of the cereals and pulses like khichdi, pish pash, rice dal, etc. Porridge, suji, dalia, dhokla, idli, rice preparations, etc. And any can be fortified by the sugar. The next is smashed banana, sweet potato, etc. The milk added to cereal preparations like the paish. Next, the sprouted legumes, nuts, dry fruits depending upon the affordability and the availability. Okay. The second is the acceptable second line foods. So what are they? They are locally acceptable foods. like you can say the bread, biscuits, cheese, cakes, etc. The calorie dense food. Why the children have to give the calorie dense food? Because they can't chew a more amount of the food, as well as they are not willing to take more amount of the food. Their stomach is also very small. So if we provide a large amount of food which is not calorie dense, they have to provide more amount of the food, then only they can obtain the proper calorie. It will be a problematic situation, because after some time the child won't want to take the food, they will fall to chew, and they don't want to take the food, the taste is not likely to them. Many things will be happens. So we have to give a small amount of the food which is actually calorie dense and that can meet their nutrition need. Okay, so the next is avoidable or third line weaning foods. These includes the commercially available artificial foods or teen foods which are already avoidable for the children. Fast food or junk food, we should not give fast food to the smaller children. Low calorie fruit juices and syrups, soups, and repeatedly fried foods containing trans fatty acids. So the fried foods, junk food, these are also very bad for the elder people, also for the adult people also, and also should be avoided to these smaller children. Okay, so there are some points that we should keep in mind during this weaning time. So what are they? Like hands should be washed with soap before handling and prepare of the food. It is for the sanitation is very much needed. Clean and washed utensils should be used. Foods must be properly covered. It is very important because we can actually, the small microorganisms can always affect the food, but we have that much of susceptibility, or you can say that our controlling system against these microorganisms are very strong. Okay, so we can actually protect our like our body mechanism can protect us from the various microorganisms on the food, but the children doesn't have it. So we have to cover their food properly. We have to make it very carefully. Freshly cooked foods are very important. Cooked foods should be stored for prolonged period or refrigerated. Should not be kept for prolonged period, or if it kept, then it should be refrigerated properly. The mealtime should be pleasant. The forceful feeding must be not practiced. The child should be active and encouraged to eat the social interactions, talking, patience, etc. Okay, so we do not have to push the child for food. We should not make the food like you have to eat it, we have to force it to eat. The amount that is needed for the child, they will take. The next amount they will not take. Okay, see, because the stomach is very small and the need of the food is not so very high, so we have to give the calorie dense foods in a small amount, but the time should be preferable for the children. And it is not like the in mid of the night we are taking the child and then we are trying to feed him or her. It is not needed. We have to give the preferable time where the child can easily have that, and in front of everyone, by laughing, by talking with everyone, they can have it. There is no problem in having it, because it should be a long-term procedure of the food habit or eating habit is making in this small ages of the life. We should properly make that eating habit. Okay. So in the next video, I will discuss about the infant feeding guide, a small infant feeding guide. Till then, thank you.